All right. Okay. We wanted to get together tonight, you guys, because we have 2 weeks left of this month. And we know in just a few days, conference is happening. And we just know just huge things are happening. And so we wanted to light a little fire in you guys and just help you guys get to those promotions, help you guys get your team to those promotions, and just continue to rock this month out. You guys are doing so incredible. The energy is so amazing. And we are just so excited to just share with you guys so many tips tonight. So I'm going to start us off. I'm going to start us off with a prayer, and then I'm going to have Allie go, and we will get going. Okay, you guys. Dear Lord, thank you so much for bringing us all together tonight. We are so honored to be able to do a business that we can bring in another stream of income and help other people do the same. What a blessing this is. What a blessing it is that so many people come into this and not knowing anything about it, and it can absolutely change their lives if they let it. Lord, please lead and guide us. Please speak to everyone who is on tonight. Just speak through them and have them say the words that you want us to speak tonight. We pray that everyone just takes something from this Zoom, they take it into their business, and it just helps them explode their business for the end of the month. Lord, please lead and guide us and help us reach to those people who just really need this business, need these products. And we pray with the tips and the tools that everyone is going to learn tonight, that they take those tips and everything, and then they start just expanding their territory, expanding their business, their mindset, their growth, and just please bless us with full abundance, Lord. We walk in your way. We want to serve you, Lord. So please continue just to lead and guide us. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, my friends, I'm going to have Allie start us off. All right, friend, go ahead and take
Hello.
it away.
Hey, oh my gosh. Well, I'm so honored. I'm so excited to get to go first and kick us off tonight. My name is Allie Antonacci. I am an ambassador. I've been with the business about 7.5 years, and I am a mom of 3 in St. Louis, Missouri. So I want to know if right now, put a 1 in the chat if this is like your first year in like the January through like April season. Like, who has never experienced this time of year before? I want to see. Oh man, the chat is filling up. So I know there's a ton of people. You guys, our teams have been exploding. There's so many new people. And what I want to share with you guys tonight, something that's really been on my heart that I don't even know if I fully have the words to articulate, is that business is yours for the taking, right? This is the time of year where people are wanting to look better. They're wanting to feel better. They want to make more money. They might have a little bit of extra income from Christmas or a tax return or a stimulus check, right? So business is yours for the taking. The only thing that will limit you to signing distributors and signing customers this time of year is you. Okay. There is the abundance just of people ready and excited. And your only job is to share, right? Your only job is that you have your hands on a gold mine, and your job is to share. So right now, so many of you have probably kicked off the year and you've said, like, I know my goal. This is my goal. I'm going to do XYZ this year. Well, I need you guys to prepare your minds and prepare your hearts that this weekend after conference, you're going to second guess everything about that goal, and you're going to want to think so much bigger. Okay. My very first year, I was 6 months into the business and I was a double diamond. I went to conference, and 3 months later, my income had tripled. My next year, I was a presidential going into conference. 3 months later, I was ambassador. My income had tripled. Y'all, who wants to know? Drop an emoji, drop a 1, whatever. I want to know who wants to triple their income. Like, think about your December paycheck, multiply it times 3. What if you multiply it? What if you're pretty new and you multiplied it times 10? You can do that. You can 3x, you can 10x, you can whatever you want. But you guys have to know that goal. And I want you guys to think about who you are when you become that goal. And I saw this quote the other day and I loved it because, and I even put it on my page, and it said, decide what kind of life you really want, and then say no to everything that isn't that. If you want to go big, if you want to take this time and just, go so big, so hard, you will make sacrifices. And they won't even feel like sacrifices, you guys. But I promise you, every TV show you want to watch will still be there after you hit your promotion. Everything's on demand. Everything's streaming. You don't even have to set a DVR anymore. Like, give up your, I don't know, what's that new one on Netflix? I don't know, I don't know. Anyway, I see people talking about it all the time, and I'm like, if only people got paid to like advertise for Netflix. Oh my gosh. Bridgerton or Bridgington or whatever that show is. Everybody is obsessed with it. I'm like, it will still be on Netflix in 6 months, you guys. And yes, I was told at the beginning there's no BB TV, and 100%, if that's your self-care or whatever, then you can do that sometimes, but give it up. Who do you want to be? Do you need to work out every day to keep your mental health right? Then do that, right? If that's who you want to be this year, but set your pace now. Set your pace. And I will tell you that if you're all in, if you're making the sacrifices, your team is going to level up. If you are sitting here going, yeah, but I just need runners. I just need runners. Y'all, start running. Start running, and people will run with you. They will start chasing you. They will run with you. They will rise to your level of expectation for yourself. Suddenly your team is going to hold themselves to those same expectations. You need to be all in this time of year, okay? And the other thing is, I need you to think about your schedule, carve out your time. When are you working? If you're wanting to go from a brand new distributor to double diamond in the next 3 months, you need to work more than an hour a day. Okay? Like, be realistic. Be realistic about the time it's going to take. Be realistic about the commitment you're willing to make. And then once you decide what you want, you need to go tell your family. You need to go tell your support system. You need to say, hey guys, I'm all in. I came home from conference in 2015, and I told my family I am 76 distributors away from ambassador, and this kind of bonus is on the line. And when I get it, our whole family will do, whatever. I don't remember what we said at that time, but I said, mommy's going to work all the time. Mommy might not be able to play as much. Mom's going to be downstairs in her office. And that was okay, because it was a common goal. Your family's going to get mad at you if you're constantly on the phone and they don't know why. If they know what you're working for and how it's going to benefit all of you, they're going to be cheering you on. You guys, my kids get this. My kids know that when that door is shut in this office, they don't bother me, because they know this is where the bills are paid. They know if I say, hey, I got to take this phone call, they understand that because we share our goals. Okay. They need to be in on those dreams too. So the pace you set right now and the momentum you create right now in these next couple months will carry you through the year. Not saying you don't have to work later in the year, but if you don't do anything right now, or you're just kind of in out mediocre, your team is going to be mediocre all year. If you are leveled up 10x all in, your team is going to rise, and as a huge tidal wave, you're going to carry that momentum through the year. So those are just the things that have been so much on my heart. Is I cannot say enough that business is yours from the taking. Every goal you think you were going to have is going to be blown out of the water after watching conference this weekend. Conference will change your business. I bet if I hadn't gone to my first conference, I don't know that I'd still be here. Honestly, it opened my eyes up to what this business could be. It showed me people just like me killing it. And I said, well, why not me? They can do it. I can do it. And I did. I just simply decided what I was going to do. I complete blinders on. You don't have to know the how. You have to know your end result. Just like the Emerald City, you don't see the yellow brick road the whole way, but you know where you're going, right? Don't have to know the how. Just claim your goal and keep your eye on it. And you have to move forward every single day. Just don't stand still and don't look back. Just move forward. All right. That was everything for me, Amanda.
Oh my gosh, so good, you guys. And it is so true, honestly. And I truly believe that balance is such a hard thing. And I truly believe that there's different seasons in our lives where we pay attention to, or not pay attention, but we put time into certain like little, areas of our life more in some areas than others in certain seasons. So right now, this is a boom season. This is one of our busiest seasons ever. So sometimes, like what Ali was saying, is that our attention needs to go into our business. And then sometimes it's going to be going into our kids more. Sometimes it's our spouse more. So, I think right now it is so huge that we are just focused right now. So that was so good. Thank you so much, Allie. All right, Emily, I'm going to pass it to you, friend.
Okay, I think I got it. We're good now. Hi, okay, I'm so excited. I've just been writing so many notes, so hopefully I don't go over 10 minutes. Let me know if I am, just wave a hand. But I'm just like really excited. I feel like this year, it's just like, it's almost a breath of fresh air. When it came the first, I felt like I was just ready. And I don't know how many of you feel the same way. Maybe some of you do, some of you don't, but I just have really good feelings. And, hopefully you guys have your goal already, for this month and next 90 days and for this year. But I kind of want to start off and talk about, how realistic that is. And if you're putting in the work to achieve it, I think that's something that's extremely, extremely important because, so many times in the past, I've made goals that overwhelm me and gave me anxiety. Right. So I want you guys, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be fun. Right. So that's one piece of advice I want you guys really to think about. And having fun with it too, almost kind of like you're playing a game, right? So again, maybe some of you can relate to this, maybe not. I've done this in my past and I really wanted to share that and just know that, are you putting in the work to do it? And this kind of goes along with being busy. So I really wanted to talk about working around your busy schedule because no matter what your goal is, you can do it. So my story when I first started to now is completely different. I was working 3 jobs and going to school full time, and now I'm doing this full time. Although I'm extremely busy still, things are going to change. Life is going to happen. I don't have kids right now, but I will in the future. And guess what? I'm going to have to make a change, right? Things are always happening. Life is always happening. So what can you do? First and foremost, something that I've really been implementing in the last just year in my business is embracing your busyness, like embracing the off days that you have, embracing, I've been sharing my journey with this new health and fitness kind of lifestyle. And, I was doing great and then I got sick, and normally I would feel embarrassed because, I couldn't work out and I wasn't eating how I was eating before, but I was sharing that with people and embracing it. And this all goes in with giving people value. So especially around this time of year, people have New Year's resolutions, right? And our job is to lead from the front. Right. So maybe your journey isn't health and fitness. It doesn't have to be, right? Maybe you're a cook, you hair or makeup, or you dance, or it's just your humor, right? Something that I did and I learned from a past event recently that they had us do, they told us to go and ask a few of our close friends and family, what are 3 to 5 things that you think of first when you think of me? And it was really cool asking other people that because it helped me really kind of like understand who I am and what I can share and embrace. So in between this busy schedule, sometimes I don't have time to sit there and make posts and write it out. So I get on my story and I talk. That's it. I talk about how I have doctor's appointments, how I, school, in between work, in between my jobs, whatever it may be. And people seeing you kind of like working in chaos, they're going to relate to you so much more. And this is something that is extremely powerful, especially nowadays in social media. We always have that highlight reel, right? So you really got to fully embrace that. Let me see. So hitting multiple birds with one stone. So guys, I've been implementing this in my business for years. Pick one day of your week and take a ton of photos, make your content, make your videos, make your reels, change your outfit, write some posts out, right? So that you have them ready to go throughout the week. You can pick one day or maybe 2 days to do that. If you guys don't know this already, I know there's a lot of new people on here using Wordboard or text replacement. These things are a game changer, 100%. I mean, really guys, when it comes down to it, you just gotta want it, right? I remember going to the bathroom at school or at work and like, I'm like on my phone, right? So you really gotta find what's driving you and what your purpose is. And that kind of goes into, my last part, even though I haven't talked as much as what I wrote already, but everyone wants to have like some kind of significance. So, and that's a huge part of about this business as well. And whether it's learning new things, achieving things, being loud and crazy, whether it's material things, whatever it is, you just got to fully embrace that and know that you can 100% be yourself. So have those blinders on, especially during this time where it's crazy and with conference as well. So if you guys don't have a conference ticket, you have no excuse, by the way, and you need to get that right now. But you need purpose to take action. That's really the most important thing. You guys can get on a million Zooms and, learn all of this stuff, but what is going to drive you? Right? That's really something that you guys need to think about. And it may take some time to figure it out, but once you figure it out, if you change your perception, you'll change like your level of fulfillment and really why you're doing this. All right. I'm good. That was good. I'm good.
Oh my gosh, so good. How many of you guys took so many notes for that? It is so true, you guys. Like we have Zooms all the time, right? But these Zooms are no good unless you're actually taking the notes and then applying it. So Emily just gave you so many nuggets that are going to help you guys just explode, not only every single day, you guys, but at the end of this month and for the end of this year. So Emily, those are so good. And Emily was also at the premiere and just, soaked all that up and just, I'm sure a lot of that stuff was from the premiere too, but you guys are getting information from, people who have gone all the way to the top. So what I learned when I first started this business is take what the people who are actually like making money and just mimic every single thing that they're doing. So everything that Emily just said, I hope that you wrote down. And then after the Zoom, you guys get into action because that's where you're going to see those results. So good. Thank you, Emily. And congratulations on going to the premiere, my friend. All right. We have Ashley up next.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm super excited and I just took some quick notes to go over with you all, but I've been in the business for almost 7 years. On February 2nd, it'll be 7 years. And I watched this business for 36 months before I said yes. I was asked every single month for 36 months before I said yes. And that will lead me into where I want to take you guys. So my background is nursing. I was a night shift labor and delivery nurse. I worked 60 hours a week. So one of my biggest reasons for taking 3 years is I didn't have time. That was the excuse I gave myself over. I didn't have time to add more to my plate. But you guys, you know what else I realized right before I joined this business is that I didn't have time, but that was not going to ever look any different for me if I didn't do something different. If nothing changes, nothing changes. And so here I sat as this 60-hour-a-week night shift nurse. I had a newborn and a 2-year-old whenever I joined. And it was my son's first year of T-ball. And I missed every single T-ball game. I became the mom on FaceTime instead of the mom in the bleachers. So that was my initial why. But I remember getting on our Sunday night calls you dialed in. I remember listening and I would listen to it while I was bathing the kids, like wherever I could get to listen to it. And I remember Mark talking about dream boards. And I just thought like, it's so cheesy. Like that was honestly my thoughts. This is so cheesy. But you guys, the reason I thought it was cheesy is because I couldn't think. I had this perception that dream boards were like, I want a new house, I want a new car, I want a Louis Vuitton, I want this, I want that. And that's all I could think about. But I really had to change my perception and turn it into a reality board. So if you have debt, I want you to drop a 1 in the comments. So that was my holdup. We were drowning in debt, literally. I mean, just feeling like I couldn't catch my breath. I was taking extra overtime every chance I got. And so I just remember looking at one of my student loans. It said it was going to be paid off in 2030 if I kept making the minimum payments. I had 4 different student loans, plus credit card debt, plus a mortgage, plus cars. And so that was what I turned that vision board became a debt like payoff. Like I need to see. And you can probably say if you have debt and if you have substantial debt, you don't even know the dollar amount you have because you don't want to know, because in all reality, you don't even want to face it. That was where I was at. And so finally, as soon as I started, I listened to that Sunday night call and I sat down with my husband and we pulled up every single debt we had outside of our mortgage. And you guys, it was disgusting to look at, but I had done Dave Ramsey. And so I knew that I could debt snowball if I got serious. And so it was truly just realizing that I had an opportunity and I had to be the one to be in the vehicle and do something with it. And so I started instantly and I told people where I was going. Conference was the end of January. I started February 2nd. So I didn't get to go to conference my first year in the business. And so I told people where I was going. I didn't know how the heck I was going to get there. Kind of like Allie said, you don't have to know how, but you have to know why you're going to go there. What's the purpose of you doing this? That's going to drive you to lose a little bit of sleep, to not watch Netflix, 24/7, to do things that are going to distract you. And so it was truly me getting to work in the parking lot 15 minutes early before I went into the hospital so I could send messages. It was me, my coworkers probably thought I had IBS because I was in the bathroom all the time sending messages. I was staying 15 minutes after work, sending messages before I drove 45 minutes home. And so what is so cool about this? I don't care if you've been in for 7 years. I don't care if you're still a distributor. I don't care if you have been a diamond and you've fallen back to distributor. I don't care if you started today. Pretend like you're a brand new distributor going into conference, and I want to plant a vision of where you could go. So I went Ruby in my first month in the business, 26 days. I made $336 on my commission check. My second month, I went diamond. I made $1,920.59. My third month, I went double diamond. I made $4,758.32. My fourth month in the business, you guys, this is the season we're coming into. I went triple diamond. I made $10,934. I went back and added up my fast start bonuses for that time. In 4 months, 119 days, I think it was, I made $20,949, you guys. This is what you're coming into. I was a brand new distributor, no experience in network marketing. You're already here. And one analogy I remember somebody saying was, think of it, and I live at the beach now, so it makes sense to me, but think of a surfer. Right now, we watch surfers and they're paddling before the wave ever comes. If you start paddling once the wave is there, you will never catch the wave. You are before the wave right now. The wave is about to hit on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when all this stuff happens. Start paddling now. I don't care if you feel like you've been unplugged for 6 months, I don't care. Get started now. And so something else I wanted to say about that. Okay, so my pastor right now is doing a sermon series on Address the Mess. And so talking about 2020, what a disaster it was for so many people. But 2 things that he said that I have in my notes from church this week that really stuck out to me. He said, your kid gets up to bat. They they miss the first ball. You don't tell them just don't swing, go ahead and go back to the dugout, sit down, give it up, whatever. And no, you tell them to get their eye on the ball and swing for the fences. So that's what we're telling you guys right now, that it is so dang easy to get distracted and to find something that's easier to do, something that takes less, thought. But something else he said is the devil will always provide easy temptation to get you to go the wrong direction or an easy way out. If he can't take you out, he will distract you. So that is something that you have to realize, and you're going to have to get self-aware and pay attention to the fact that there's going to be distractions. There's going to be times that you're going to be like, I don't want to get on that. I don't want to message anybody. I don't really want to talk to people today. But you've got to decide, why are you doing this? And I will tell you that student loan that wasn't supposed to be paid off till 2030, my first year in the business, I made over $90,000 and I paid off every penny of our debt other than our mortgage and one car. And that was still while working 60 hours a week because I gave myself no option to use the money here. I continued working that. I was a hustler and I knew I had the heart behind me to do it. So you've just got to make the decision. It's a choice. What do you want? What do you want this year to look like? Or are you content with staying the exact same and looking the same way 5 years from now? It's a choice. And if you have kids, your kids are watching you and they will be proud of you and you'll be able to look back and say, like, all those times you told them they can be anything, they can do anything, so can you. Get it out of your mind. Get the thoughts that we allow to take over. Those aren't from God. So get those out of your mind and realize that you are truly capable. You are made for more, and He abundantly wants to bless you. Oh, Amanda just left and I'm done. Okay, I love you all. I'm super excited. If you don't have your conference ticket, please, please, please get your conference ticket. Okay, I don't know who's after me. Oh, there's Amanda, sorry.
Yeah, that was so good, you guys. Oh my gosh, what are you deciding? You know what I mean? It is literally your choice. Like, I cannot believe 60 hours and still like $90,000 in her first year. You guys, we have the vehicle in our hands. We're the driver. You get to decide where your vehicle goes. You know, it's not up to your upline. It's not up to your downline. It's not up to your network, not up to your friends and family. It's up to you. So Ashley, I just love that so much. And it works so perfectly. And we didn't plan this, you guys. We're just like, oh, let's do this. Let's speak what's on our heart. But I am going to talk to you guys about how to be focused every single day, which is going to help you be focused these next 2 weeks, which is going to help you be focused next month, the next month, and this entire year. Okay. So I have notes I want you guys to write down. So hopefully you guys have your pen and paper, but I want to talk to you guys because right now, just like Ashley said, it is so easy for us to get distracted because when huge things are happening, either one, the enemy is going to try to pull us down and try to keep us from getting that. Or if he can't, he's going to try to distract us. Okay. And who gets distracted, you guys? So I was just listening to this thing and it says that the average scrolls that people make a day, you guys, is 144 minutes a day. People are scrolling on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. You guys, that is 2 hours, right? That's over 2 hours. That's 2 hours and 20 minutes. That is crazy, right? So just think about all of the distractions that we have daily and weekly. We have it right in our hands every single day. And the crazy thing is that we work from our phone. So it's really easy for us to get distracted and unfocused, okay? So I want to share with you guys 3 ways to stay focused, okay? So the first one is you have to know your win. You have to know at the end of the day, what are your goals? At the end of the week, what are your goals? At the end of this month, what is your goal? Okay. Everyone should have Emerald on their mind. If you guys are either going Emerald this month or you're helping your team go Emerald this month, every single person should have Emerald charts out and Emerald on your mind. And if you just joined, you're going Ruby this month, Emerald next month to get that $5,000 bonus. Okay. That should be everyone's goal right now. So know your goals so much. What is your goal at the end of the day? What's your goal each day? And then that follows into the week, into the month. Okay. And then just like you guys heard, your work ethic needs to match that goal. Okay. So we can dream all we want, right? We can be like, I want to be like Ashley and in 4 months, I want to make 20,000 plus, in 4 months. Ashley put her head down and got to work, right? So we can dream all we want, but if we don't put our head down and get to work, that's just a dream. It is not a goal. So a goal is going to be something where you see it, but then you also work for it, okay? So you need to find this and just break it down. So how are you going to get to your goal? How are you going to get this, okay? 1, what is your work hour? So this is number 1 is what is your goal? Okay. And then in here is going to be, how are you going to get to this goal? 1. Okay. What is your work hour? Ashley just said she works 60 hours, okay, a week. So I understand we are all busy people, but you can still work this business. It is intended to work in the nooks and crannies of your day. So when is your work hour? You can break this up into 10-minute increments if you want. You can sit down and work an hour straight if you want, but what are your work hours, okay? Number two, you got to have your KPI list printed out, or whatever task list you use. You got to have your task list in front of you, okay? And then number three is what it takes for your task list. So your task list. So is it an hour? Is it 2 hours? Whatever your goal is, you guys. So if you guys are going Emerald this month, or you guys are going Diamond this month, or whatever your goal is, you guys might need to spend a little bit more time doing that KPI list, you know, depending on what your goal is, or how far you are, or how close you are. So those are the three things that you want to, for your goals. You want to write your goals down. Okay. I listened to a podcast today and it says that 42% of people who write down their goals actually accomplish their goals. But get this, okay? 78% of people who write down their goals and they tell somebody their goals accomplish their goals. 78%. So I want you guys to write down your goals, but then I want you guys to tell somebody tonight. You can tell somebody on this Zoom right now if you want, but I want you to write down your goal, and then I want you to go tell somebody. So go tell your sponsor, your upline, your chats, whoever it is. Go get accountability. Go tell your spouse and say, I'm getting a $5,000 bonus this month. Watch me. His eyes are going to like bulge out and be like, huh? Like what? You know, you guys write down your goals and then go spread them out. Go make a post about it. Okay. And then number two, you guys, is you have to distance your distractions. Okay. So this is number two on how to stay focused. You have to distance your distractions. So how are you going to do that? Our cell phone is in our hands all the time. I want you guys to be 100% honest. Who was scrolling today on Instagram, on Facebook? How many of you guys got stuck watching TikToks? I mean, it happens to all of us. But here's some tips that I want you guys to do, because we want our time to be so intentional, because we are all busy people. So since we are all busy people, that means if we have an hour to work our business, if we're spending 45 minutes of that scrolling, guess what? You just missed money, right? So think of every time you're scrolling, you're losing money. So try to catch yourself. So here's a few things. Scrolling, watching mindless videos. It says that the average person touches their phone 5,400 times a day. Okay, so I wanted to bring out 2 points with this. For one, how are you using your phone to make money? If the average person is scrolling 144 minutes, touching their phone 40 or 5,400 times a day, okay, that's money. When I think of my phone, this is my money. This has made me over $1 million, you guys, my phone. Okay, but I use my time intentionally. Okay, so how do you eliminate those distractions? Okay, one, set a timer for your tasks. Okay, everyone should have a KPI list out, or a 6 list out, or whatever it is that you follow. And every task you do, set a timer. Okay, turn off notifications. So if you get like beans and all this stuff, like turn that off so it's not a distraction when you're sitting down for your work. Okay, get your KPI list out and your chart out. Okay, if you don't know what your KPI list is, if you're new, go ask your upline and they'll send you it. Set your office hours. That's going to be super important that you have those every single day. Wake up early so that you set the tone for your day. People who wake up early are more productive. They're more intentional with their time. They make more money. They're happier. They're healthier. Wake up about an hour before you typically do. Okay. And then number 2 is plan your day the night before. So make your 6 list the night before, get organized the night before. These are all going to be eliminations of distractions for you, because you're being organized, you're planning, you're preparing. When you go to bed planned, you wake up prepared for the actions. Okay. Kay, just stop me if I'm going over. I have one more. Number 3 of how to stay focused. This one is really, really important and good. Okay. We have to stop obsessing about the results and start obsessing about the actions. Okay, let me say that again. We have to stop obsessing about the results and we have to start obsessing about the actions. What I mean by that is so often we get discouraged because we didn't get a customer today or we didn't get that distributor who signed up today. But instead, that can be discouraging, right? But if we focused on the actions, the post, the messages, the follow-ups, the KPI list, if we focus on that organically, the results are going to take place. Organically, those results are going to happen, okay? So most people will obsess about those outcomes. So what happens is they get discouraged and then they quit. I know there is 253 people on here. You guys are not quitters. You guys are ready to change your life, to change your situation. Okay, so we want to determine, those results by our action steps. Okay, so we want to focus on the KPI list. That's what we want to be obsessed with. We want to be so excited to do the daily tasks because you're going to get those end results. Okay, so we want to focus on the process, not the outcome, because the outcome we cannot change, you guys. So, and I want to give you a perfect example. I was invited to the premiere, being top 20, and I got COVID. And the outcome I could not control. I couldn't control that I got COVID. But what I could control was my attitude, my focus, where I was putting my attention at, my effort, my work ethic, and my actions. That's what I can control. I can't control that I got COVID. So yes, I cried a little bit, but then I thought, you know what? The devil is not going to take me down. He might distract me with this, but he's not going to take me down. So I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked before if I'm going to be quarantined for these 14 days. And I'm going to do action. I'm going to focus and I'm going to have an awesome attitude about this. And so what happened, you guys, the actions that I put in gave me tremendous results. I've already got 17 distributors out. I already just sent 2 people right before this, my link, about to sign up 19 today or for this month, because of the actions that I have put in, because I was focusing on the steps, not the results, not the outcome that just handed to me. I could have, had a pity party and been like, oh, well, this stinks. I'm just going to sit here for the 14 days. And, but no, I thought, okay, I have goals. And so I can't control that, I'm not going to get my cup filled right now, but what I can control is the work I'm going to put out. So I'm going to put out more messages. I'm going to pour into my team even more, even though they poured into me so much. I'm going to send out more messages. I'm going to, pray more. I'm going to read more. I'm going to fill up my cup here. And so I got the results because of the actions I was putting in, you guys. And guess what? It was nothing different than normal I do. I just did the KPI list. I just did it a little bit more. I prayed a little bit more. I put my goals out there a little bit more. Okay. But we cannot control whether the customer signs up or not today. We cannot control whether that distributor goes to our website. But what we can control is the follow-ups we do. We can control going out to get new potentials. We can control our attitude, our work, our efforts. That what we put in is what we control. The outcome we can't. But I will promise you guys, what you put in, you guys will get results. It's not a matter about if you will. It's just about a matter of when. Okay. So you guys will absolutely make that $20,000 in 4 months if you put that work into it. If you guys put your mindset into it and your heart into it and your belief into it, I have no doubt. Because if Ashley can do it, you guys can do it too. So, okay, that was all I had. Okay, you are up, my friend.
Wow. I honestly thought we were ending on premiere with you and your story. And I'm like so fired up right now. So pray for me, guys, as I go through this, because my objective here tonight is to help kind of close the gap with all of this amazing information that you've received tonight. I am an ambassador diamond with the company. This is my 13th year this month. This marks my 13th year with this company. It has been an incredible, incredible ride for me. I joined at 21 years old in college. So now I'm a mom of 2 boys, and my husband and I moved to Florida about 5 years ago. And so we're building our dream here in Florida. And I have some amazing content for you guys. My whole goal is to help you now take everything you've learned and now put it into content. Okay. So that's my thanks. Happy anniversary to me. So that is my objective here tonight. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the trend coming out of 2020 and how this is going to impact you on social media. And I'm going to help you focus. Okay. That's my intention. So get some notes out. If you don't already have your notebooks already full, the 2021 trend is all about bringing value to your feed. Okay. This is about branding yourself. Okay. This isn't necessarily about branding the company. Now that doesn't mean you don't post your keto coffee and your Slimmy gummies and your hydrate and your wraps and all that good stuff. That doesn't mean you don't post that, because you do. I make a coffee story. I am all about my keto coffee in the morning. However, this is about branding yourself, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do that so you attract your ideal client, so that you have the 19 enrollments for the month, because this is what Amanda has done. I'm just like balling it up into a nutshell for you. Okay. So branding the company is like, so 2014, that's like an old school technique. Okay. So any like YouTube video you watch from 2014, that's old school. Any Pinterest, document you read from 2014, that's old school network marketing tactics. Okay. So you have to know who you're talking to. Okay. So likely this is the person that you are serving every single day and should be serving every single day, but this is likely the person that you were when you joined. Okay. This is the person that you were when you got started. That is the person that you should be talking to on a daily basis. You are going to confuse your audience if you're talking to 8,000 different people. If you're talking to the nurse and the teacher and this person that you've never been in that industry before. Okay. Like I would never talk audio editing. That's what my husband does. I would be crazy because I have no idea what he does. Okay. And Lord, I don't even want to go up there and try. So this is the person that you are basically a mirror. You are talking to the mirror image of who you used to be. Okay. So you might define this in your posts as, what pain points did you have when you're writing your stories and posting about the opportunity? What pain points did you have? What were your struggles? Where did you eat? Where did you shop? What did you do for a living? Who was the person that joined that so desperately needed this opportunity? I know that I can't forget that 13 years in. Every single amazing, incredible leader that spoke tonight cannot forget who we were when we joined, because like I was talking to Carla Burns today and she's like, I joined for $300 a month. And here she is living on 10 acres of land in this unbelievable home that she built custom, but she joined for $300 a month and she was a nurse doing hair in her home. That's who you talk to, who you were. Okay. So let's talk about this. What if you decided to niche down to what you know, and you speak to that person on a daily basis in your lives, in your reels, in your posts, in your stories? What are you good at? Who are you? Emily talked about this. What are some of those sort of talents and specialties that you have? Maybe you are maybe Pure Barre is your thing and you are really good at athletics. What if you read, which is remarkable, like 10 books a month, and you want to share, what purpose and value you get from this reading? What if you are, what if you are into hunting or fishing or golf? You have a girlfriend who's really passionate about golf. So her community on social media is all about golf. And that attracts her so much business because of the people that she gets to speak to on a daily basis. So who are you? What are you good at? And speak to that person every single day. I made a note here that you could go viral so quickly because chances are your audience, that is that mirror image of who you used to be, needs you just as badly as you needed this. Okay. So let's talk about, I wrote 5 key components to showing up on social right now. Okay. And how to really seal the deal. All right. So we're going to use your voice to be heard And what this means is you're going to take your conversations you're having online and you're going to take them offline. And what I mean by that is you're going to have a voice memo chat. You're going to say, what's your phone number? I can send you more details, directly in a text message, or I can send you more details by sending you a direct shopping cart to your phone. So you're going to take your conversation offline. You're going to make it personable. This is 2021. Okay. We want more interaction than ever. And since we're not doing it as much in person, we have to make that person feel those warm and fuzzies as if you're like having a cup of coffee with them. Okay. So you're going to take it off to a voice memo. I even, this is just me. I even FaceTime or Zoom with some of my really potential, like hot potential customers or clients. That customer that I feel like is going to buy a lot of product, I'll hop on a quick Zoom with them, ask them what their goals are, and they'll buy 4, 5, 6 items from me in that moment because I made that interaction, that face-to-face connection. Or just as simple as a quick phone call, okay? But take it, if anything, voice memos are your best friend this year, okay? Be heard. So the first thing was use your voice. The second thing is be heard. What I mean by this is you need to go live. You need to be in your story. You need to be sharing your why. You need to share something that you've learned in your business in 2021, or even over the course of the last, 12 months. You want to share something you've learned as a tip. You want to add value to your audience so that they can show up in your space. This could be, that you've lost 15 pounds and you want to share why. And you want to share how, and you want to share your testimonial. And through that, you're like, yes, I might have cut out these 5 things that I were eating that were bad for me, but I added in the Skinny Bro coffee and I added this in. And it's not so much like that you're showing up to say, I'm just going to tell you all the things about all the products I'm selling, but you're adding value to your story. And through that, people are like, I want everything you're talking about. Send me links, send me links, send me links. And you can add a call to action to that live that's like, drop a comment below, like Skinny coffee deal below for details on my current sale, or pick 2, something like that. So that there's a call to action in the comment section where people are engaging on that feed. So to follow up with that person. Okay. Okay, let's see. Or interview somebody. Do you know somebody that's lost a lot of weight with our products, or just had a body transformation, or just has more focus and energy now? Is there a client that you have a good relationship with that you'd be willing to, that would be okay with you interviewing them online? You could do this on IGTV. You could do this on your feed. Do you know how much value you're adding to social media by doing that to your audience that are now going to want to even be more a part of your community just by doing that? You could interview a leader. You could interview someone on your team. You could interview a new recruit that's, gotten their 6 customers, and you want to interview them about their quick success. That shows you value as you as a leader, but also it edifies them for their accomplishments. The third thing is meet new people daily, and not just meeting them, you're building relationships with them. I wrote down, I would say at least 10 new people a day that you're actually building a relationship with. You're in their stories, you're engaging with them. The best way that I have found to do this is I add myself to groups and the audience that I feel really comfortable in. So for me, I will say over the course of the last year, one of the struggles that my husband and I had were with fertility. And so I was in a lot of groups over the course of the last year, just, connecting with women that had experienced the same thing, sharing tips and strategies and things that we were doing to have a successful pregnancy, and just sharing our journeys. And so for me, I added myself to groups where I could align with women and feel confident with women that had gone through what I had been through. And so maybe for you, it's that you are in sports, or you are some sort of athlete, or you are in book clubs, or it's just leadership groups that you've added yourself in on Facebook. And in these groups, 3 to 5, because that's niche enough to really help you grow your network. And when you're in those groups, you are engaging, you are adding value, you are sharing sort of like your secrets, and they're watching your feed in return. Like, you don't know that they're watching, but they're watching. And these are people that start commenting on your host to post giveaways that you do. These are people that suddenly show up in your inbox, or they'll say, hey, I love what you shared in XYZ group. Like, I'd love to learn more about what you do. You just seem like a person that I can connect with. If you're not in a group that you have similar interests, they're never going to say that. And so that's why I say niche down. You know, focus on who you are as a person, and know that there's plenty of people out there that are just like you, that are hungry for an opportunity like this. And I said, okay, so engage and interact with them in those groups, adding value to their questions, their concerns. And then I said, oh, you need to be public. So make sure your profile is public so that they can actually see what you're posting about, because they're not going to see your giveaways and stuff like that if you're not friends with them. But they are watching you because they're interested and intrigued by you. And the same goes on your Instagram. The fourth thing is get up 10 new hosts to post a day. Host to post is where the money is at, you guys. And this is a great way for you to grow your network outside of your network. And again, if you're doing these things, you're going to have more eyeballs on your feed. And when you do that giveaway post, they're like, I'm in. I want to know what she's giving away, and I want to know what they're all about. So 10 new hosts to post a day, because that's growing your network, and that's a money generating activity. Okay. And we really talked about that tonight. The fifth thing is just be thoughtful and intentional about your follow-up. Okay. Your follow-up is going to be so crucial in this time and season that we're in. So be thoughtful about it. You know, make sure you're taking the time to go, okay, who did I host a post with? Okay, this person would probably be interested in the opportunity, and send them that follow-up message asking them if they would be interested in the opportunity because their host to post did so well. Okay. So those were the 5 things. It was use your voice to be heard, okay. Meet new people daily, 10 new hosts to post a day, and be thoughtful and intentional about your follow-up. The last quick thing that I wanted to share with you are some content ideas that you can post to add value to your feed. And this could be in a reel. You know, Amanda does a really good job at this. I watch her reels. She makes me laugh, like just laugh, where I'm like cackling. I mean, like I've had tears and I'm like saving that. I'm like, I got to do that one. I don't know. She just makes me laugh. So I love that. And that's what people want in today's world. If you've got to either educate people, or you've got to make them laugh, or you've got to inspire them. You're educating, making them laugh, or you're inspiring them. These 3 things are what are going to keep people coming to your feed. Okay. And we're living in the world of social media, so you might as well optimize it, right? And so here are some ideas for you guys, and I can put these in the chat too. You could, because of the time that you have to actually post in a reel, you know, it could be like 15 seconds, 30 seconds. That little time that you have to really grab their attention, right? So you don't want to add like 5, 6, 7 tips to like have them watch, you know, you want to like grab their attention and reel them in. If they have to come watch it back again, that's amazing, because you're just going to get more views. But let's be intentional with what we post. So you could do 3 leadership podcasts you're listening to inspire you daily. You could say 3 business podcasts you're listening to inspire you. 3 reasons why you joined network marketing or started working from home. 3 reasons why they should join network marketing. Like you could, you know, kind of answer some of those questions, like maybe hit some of those pain points we talked about. 3 apps you can use to edit your photos. 3 books you've already read this year. You know, you could do a recap of 2020, my top 5 books of 2020 that I read. 3 foods, I wrote this one. Okay, 3 foods to eat to fight the bloat. You know, like that could be something, if that's like your network, like 3 foods you eat to fight the bloat. And then they're going to see, wait, she's posting about this coffee, or she's posting about these Slimmy gummies. Maybe that's something that you add, as much as you also want to put content on there that's like how you make your coffee. But it's not every single one. It's like you throw that in there, right? Okay, so these were just some ideas, and I'll put those in the chat for you in a second. And so the last thing that I will say before I bring Emily back up here is just a little bit about prioritizing the season. This is the season to make sure that, yes, you take care of yourself, but you've got to make it from a goal-oriented perspective. And so something that I'm doing, it's like, yes, working out Pure Barre is like my jam, but I'm giving myself goals to set first. It's like, okay, Kay, you can go to Pure Barre today if you accomplish X, Y, and Z. And that could be your 10 new engagements and your 10 host to post. So instead of like flip-flopping, and that's what Amanda was saying too, it's like we have to be prioritizing our time. And so I wrote that down. And then I listened to this podcast with Ed Milet, and he said, you should always be replacing yourself. He said, you should not be able to look at yourself in the mirror 1 year from now and see the exact same person. Not from like, it's like a mind, body, spirit, like overhaul. He said he's constantly up-leveling himself, and that's how we should be doing this in this business. So imagine who you get to be 1 year from now, because the habits you interact and engage with right now, and the things that you change and prioritize in your life. So one of the things that I'd like you guys to do as a homework assignment is put one goal on your computer tonight, like right where you see it when you work, on your workspace, on your mirror, one goal tonight that you're going to accomplish in this first quarter. You can put more, but I want you to absolutely 100% know that it's true. One goal that you're going to accomplish in the first quarter. I want you to put one goal that you're going to accomplish this year, okay? Because there's something you want to do this year. And you know you might not do it in first quarter, and that's okay. But something you're going to accomplish this year, something bigger than that. That could be like triple promoting in the company beyond where you're at now. And if you just got started in your Ruby and you're like, I'm going to ambassador by, November. Okay, put it on there. Okay. They could be a tangible goal. You're going to pay off $60,000 in debt. Okay. Put one goal on your computer tonight that you're going to accomplish within 5 years. Because that could be something like you buy a piece of land to build your dream home on. Okay. So that you see this daily and you're like, this is what I'm working towards. All right. So I'm going to bring Emily back on now. I know I took some time there. Emily, please share with us like your heart and soul sister from coming out of Premier like Amanda did. Like you were there, you heard everything, you experienced it all. What do we have to look forward to in 2021 with our company?
So I was like, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much, it's just really exciting. I mean, honestly, it was like two and a half days of just go, 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 and just a lot of inspiration. But really when it comes down to it, it's the world is different right now, right? That's not a secret. Things are different. Things are changing. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We don't know what next month is going to bring. We don't know where we're going to be a year from now. But the one thing that I do know, and that Mark knows, corporate knows, is where we're going as a company, and we're just going up. That's why when I first came on, I don't know if you guys remember, the first thing that I said was coming into 2021, even before the premiere even happened, I just had this like sense of peace. So maybe that was just God speaking through me before I even was there. But we're just like, this year is going to be extremely different, and obviously like I mentioned too with conference, I can't say too much on here, but you guys just got to get to conference, no matter of the things that I may know or not know. Like regardless, you have to get to conference. So if you guys do not have a conference ticket, you need to get one. And there's codes out there. You can get a ticket for $20, and I'm sure someone would love to share a code with you if there's codes left over. There's no excuse in any way, shape, or form. You guys just got to get there, and you'll know. One thing that Mark said actually that grabbed my attention, it was so cool. He was like, whenever people ask me about conference, what I say is conference is kind of like going to college and then graduating in a weekend. Right. So that it's just extremely powerful. But a few things that I wanted to share that really stuck out with me is what was really powerful when I was there was realizing that when you make a decision that you're going to do something and you start telling the world about it and everyone and you just run with your blinders on, like you can do it. There at the retreat, there was actually 2 triple diamonds there, and maybe triple diamond is a little out of reach for some of you guys. But my point being is when you make a goal And although it may scare the heck out of you, like you can achieve it if you put your head down and run. And I thought that was just really stinking cool because, you know, while being at Premier and the people that were there, you know, Mark was saying, we earned it because during a year that was, I don't even know the word to explain it, you know, we decided that no matter what, like we were going to run, you know, we were going to take advantage of this opportunity that we have to make an extra income from home. And we were just going to do it. We were going to do the dang thing because what other option do we have? You know, you just got to you got to make that decision. And that really is the most important part because there's so many people who, you know, are praying for an opportunity like this. There's so many of you guys on here right now who want to do big things and who want to run, but I'm telling you, the only way that you're going to get there, you're just going to get there by outworking people, first making the decision and then outworking people too. But, so another thing too is, you know, as far as this kind of goes along with the emerald thing, when we say like your goal should be emerald, like your goal should be emerald. But what's really cool in this business, especially for people who are new, is you're never going to stop dreaming. Right. And we've been talking a lot about this throughout like all of us tonight as I was listening. And once you hit your first goal, like you don't stop there, you keep going. Right. So when I first started this business, I started for an extra $300 to help me for gas money and groceries. I never imagined in a million years I would be at our CEO's ranch flying in his helicopter. And I'm not saying that to brag, right? I'm saying that because we all start in the same position. Right. We all start from the bottom. We just, again, I'm going to keep saying it, have our blinders on and we just have that vision and we go. And just kind of to finish it off, because I can talk forever. I know it's past the time, but ending it with the firewalk was really cool. And everyone has their own different experiences with it. But I know a lot of you guys saw that and, you know, kind of just like putting it all together and having it end right here. You know, if you've firewalked, it's a really cool experience. But although we all have different experiences and we all come out with different things, what it does come down to is fear. Essentially, that's what it is. For those of you who don't really know much about it. And, you know, you're going to have many walks of life, you know, many goals, whatever it may be in your life where there's fear, right? But it really is the perception that and what you make out of it, right? So of course I was like shaking and I was like, I didn't even know what to think. I'm like, I'm literally gonna walk on like burning coals, right? But what it comes down to is what's on the other side of that, right? If you're willing to take that risk for the achievement, right? But you never know until you walk the fire. That's how you figure it out, right? So take that any way you want. And just utilize that for, you know, this month and this coming year and just walk the fire, because I'm telling you, the beauty is really the last step when you go out of it. That's all.
That was amazing. I didn't know if Amanda, am I closing out or are you closing out? Just want to thank you all so much for putting all your time, energy, and effort into this tonight. These Zooms are everything. When you just take the time to take the notes, and then now we just say from experience, just go put it into action and just keep a hold of your goals and dreams, because we're all praying for you and your vision and what you guys want. And we know you can accomplish it. We wouldn't be sitting up here doing this if we didn't know it was possible for you. So thank you all so much. Thanks to all the amazing leadership. And we'll look forward to celebrating each one of your accomplishments along the way. So bye, everybody.